Hey everybody, welcome to another model building workshop. I'm Mr. Allen from the Smithfield Library in Providence, part of the Community Libraries of Providence, and today we're going to look at this kit here from Bronco Models, World War II Allied Female Soldier Set. It gives you 2 American and 2 British servicewomen, and a painting guide and assembly instructions are on the back of the box. So what you get are these little sprues with parts for the 4 figures. So anyway, we get U.S. Women's Army Corps, 1944, known as the WACS. Then there's the U.S. Women's Auxilary Volunteer Service, 1942. That's the Waves. And then we have 2 from Britain. We have a leading aircraft woman from the RAF in 1940. And we have the British ATS Royal Artillery, 1940. So I have this book here, which is going to be very helpful for this kit. This is Women in Uniform, 1939 to 1945. It's a militaria guide by Histoire and Collections. And these books are very handy. Let me just put that out of the way for a second. And let's take a look at some of these uniforms in full color reproductions here. So here's a few pictures of the WACS. There. So it does give you some idea what we're dealing with for painting. Here's the Waves. Technically, you could do the wave that's in here in an all-white uniform as depicted here, or you could do, like either of those. They're showing the blue one here, although the box art doesn't make it look blue. It kind of looks olive on the box cover. And then let's move on to the British. So ATS is Auxiliary Territorial Service. Uniforms look a lot darker in real life than on the box cover. They show a light khaki, and it looks very dark in these photos here. And the other one's from the RAF. Let's find the RAF. It's the Navy. Yeah, so it's like this, which is either a dark blue or a slightly more royal blue, depending. So here's that guide, which I would recommend highly to anybody. So let's take a look and see what's what on these figures. And it looks like you can build these things and then paint them, because there's not a whole lot to them. Trying to figure out which one's which here. Oh, A, B, C, and D. Well, that tends to work. Okay, this is the Royal Air Force person. And I guess we'll start with the Royal Air Force. Why not? And we'll see how these go. We'll give an example here. We will try this figure. And we'll see how this goes. So there are several parts to this, They've got the legs are separate pieces. The skirt is a separate part from the torso. All right, may need to file and clean this up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut these pieces, file them, get them ready, and then we'll show what an assembly step looks like for this kit. Hold on just a moment. So one thing I'm noticing rather quickly with this, as I begin building, you have to be very careful putting these legs on because they're individual parts, and you're gonna have to put them in the holes that are indicated in the skirt part. But it's very easy to get these things on the wrong angle. And it'd be very easy to twist them into a non anatomically correct position, shall we say. So yeah, I'm finding that to be a bit tricky. You have time to twist and adjust. But yeah, be careful with that. Let's see how the arms go. And this particular figure, this is the RAF one, has a not a knapsack, an over-the-shoulder bag as well. Not they all do, no. Some do, some don't. There's a variety here. The molding's really good, I've got to say that. And the mold seams are pretty small. So cleanup isn't that bad on this kit so far, based on this one figure. And looking at the other parts of the other kits, seems to be about the same. It doesn't look like there's a lot of flash. So cleanup isn't so bad. This is a Bronco Models. They make pretty good kits. Although, if anything, I found some of their kits can be quite challenging because the detail and the parts count are high. It can be difficult to do. At least the vehicles are. Though they look nice when they're finished, but you know, it's definitely. Yeah, so this is coming along. As you can see, I think what's really going to make these is going to be the paint. It's all about the paint with figures. I'm not the best at that. I'm not the worst at it either, so it'll be interesting to see how these come out. I'm going to try this other piece here. And I think you're getting the idea what the assembly is going to be like for this kit. I'm going to take a closer look at the other two before I pause this. Let's see if there's any other peculiarities or whatever that would kind of stand out. There's a minor mold seam there. Not much. And since all of these figures are basically just walking, assembly is going to be pretty straightforward, and painting should be pretty straightforward as well, really, because it's not like there's a lot of gear and so forth that you're going to have to try to pick out with a paintbrush afterwards. I think I'm going to paint the head separately off the body and then put it on afterwards. I think that's going to be the better bet. But let me take a look. So yeah, usually they've got some kind of a bag, you know, like this one does, and that's the other British one. These two trees seem to be kind of stuck together here. Oh, all right, that's interesting. They have a pin and a. You actually have the trees actually go together with these pins. I haven't seen that done before. When you pull them apart and you can put them back together again, so that you can ship them. See, you can see the holes there on the tree, so you can put these parts together and tack it well. I think that's pretty brilliant. It looks like a lot of the badges and emblems are molded onto the uniforms, so that should make painting a little bit easier. Though painting that kind of stuff, insignia and whatnot, in this scale can be a real challenge, but at least it's indicated, so that's going to help. Here's the last one. This looks pretty simple. So yeah, we'll see how these go together, and then we'll take a look at what the painting looks like. Sounds good. See you in a bit.